to the stage, you will be erased. There will be no new France. You cannot topple what has been ordained by God.
Not everything is about you people.
You killed it in Scream 6.
Oh, thanks.
I gotta say. And this performance here, what a lovely, lovely performance. How did you get involved with this?
Yeah, I was sent Stephanie Robertson's script a while ago. I think while I was shooting Nine Perfect Strangers. And then I met with Stephen like 6 months later. And I mean, when I read the script, I just wanted to be a part of it straight away. And I kept tabs on it and I was annoying all my agents and managers. Like, where is it? Who's making it? And then I met with Stephen and we talked about the character and I bullied him into giving it to me.
I don't think you had to bully him. I think you're pretty great. You know what? You're pretty good at this. You kind of mastered a lot of genres. You're very good at. What was it about this one that you wanted it so bad? What was it, just because it was part of history, or what was the attraction for you?
A lot of things. I hadn't heard of Joseph Bologne in this story before, and I found that really interesting. I thought that Marie Josephine was an interesting, tragic character to play, and someone who I hadn't really played before. And I was terrified of singing, so I wanted to challenge myself, which was scary, but but ultimately rewarding.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to ask if that was you, because that was...
Oh, it's not me. It's definitely an Italian opera singer. I could not do that, but in order to sort of sing over the top of it, I had to really learn how to do it. And I had to sing in front of the whole cast and crew, which was terrifying. But
I bet you killed
it. My voice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, one of the things that I thought was like you said, I didn't know about this character. I didn't know about this human being that lived and accomplished all these things.
Yeah.
What was it? And what kind of research did you do into the history of him, and of course the character you're playing?
Yeah. It was really in the script, a lot of it, and Stephanie was a great resource because she had researched everything, so she could kind of point me in the direction. I ordered a book that she had written, which I found so amazing that, because women couldn't really be authors back then, but I thought that summed up how rebellious she was, that she helped write a book. I have no idea what it's about. I believe it's about cannons. It's all in French, but I do have it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What have you taken away? I mean, obviously you and Kelvin are really lovely together in this.
Thank you.
Was that an easy... I mean, that was just lovely to watch.
Yeah, we get along. I love him so much. He's so talented and generous and kind. He's a beautiful human being.
Are you in general attracted to movies like this, the period pieces?
Yeah, like Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite movies.
Is it really?
Yeah, Matthew McFadden. No, pardon?
Which version?
Matthew McFadden and Keira Knightley.
Yeah, very good choice. Excellent performance. We got to wrap it. You're lovely. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
I realized the more I excelled, the less I was alone.
Were you always so competitive?
Kelvin, fan of yours for a while. I've been very, very impressed with your career. In fact, Cyrano was one of my favorite movies of the year.
Hey, I like to hear it. Thank you, man.
I gotta ask you, this is a powerful role. This is a character, a man from history that we don't really know a lot about. That's a lot to take on as an actor. Not only, the talent you need as a musician, but as an actor, a skilled actor. Was that... seems like a lot to take on. How amped were you to go into this world?
I really fought for the part because I wanted it so bad. I think the first instrument I ever played was, I know the first instrument I ever played was the violin when I was 7. And it meant a lot to me at the time. And I after Katrina, I lost the instrument. I kind of shifted my trajectory and I started playing piano and trumpet. But, when I got to have this moment where it felt full circle about a guy that I never knew about, when music has been at the forefront of my experience in life, with my parents being musicians growing up in New Orleans, I was just really honored to be able to take it on. When I got the part was a different story, because then I was like, okay, now I have to do it. And that came with its own challenges, but challenges come without a beautiful reward at the end. And I'm really proud of what we've been able to do.
Oh, you should be. This is a lovely performance, and I think it's an important film. It's an important story to know about these people that we don't know about, that were buried under history.
Yes.
What were you most, I don't know, shocked about learning about this guy? What stood out for you the most?
I just was I think what shocked me the most was that you would have never thought a guy like that would have been. First of all, the fact that a black man was even in French society in that way kind of blew my mind. And then you have to do the deep dive on how is this possible.
Yeah.
And then to understand the complexity of human of man. That's really what it comes down to. For a slave owner to have rape a slave, a 14-year-old slave, have a child, and then want to take that child and give him an opportunity like that, the question still remains is, why did he do it? And that to me is always fascinating. And then how did Joseph overcome so much trauma and so many questions in order to get to the position that he was in? We are an incredible species. That's what I think we have to remember. We are an incredible species and a complicated species.
Yeah, we are. No, I didn't know, like, when I saw you in Cyrano and I heard you sing, I was so moved. What came first for you? Your love of music or your love of acting? Because I know your parents are musicians.
Truthfully, it was my love of music. I love music, and I always wanted to play music. I wasn't good enough, and I didn't have that. And it wasn't even so much in a technical way. My dad always was like, Kelv, you have the gift. You can do it. It's just I didn't have, my artistry was in singing through music. I didn't know how to communicate how I felt, how I saw the world through music. I could only kind of imitate. And so I think I went into acting because that was where my voice was, and that's where my artistry really sung, I believe. But it was definitely music first.
Wow. Well, Kelvin, we gotta wrap this up, but man, you're a talent, dude. Impressed with you. Really.
You, man. Thank you, man. Encouragement is good. Thank you.
And of course, the music will be spectacular. Bold.
You don't belong here. You're a party trick. You're a pet, playing the violin, that is all.
You know I am the best.
Lucy, good to see you again. I think it was last time was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, good to see you. How are you?
I've been good, been very good. I really liked you in this. This is such a lovely performance, of course, again.
Thank you.
I guess I want to start off with, people have kind of heard of this woman you're playing, Marie Antoinette. People know who she is. And obviously that must bring a wealth of like history and all the stuff you can bring in as an actor. But can that be a challenge? Knowing that so much is known about a character you're playing?
I think in the sense that you're in the research period, you realize, how much there is to say about this woman. The reason that we keep revisiting her is because there are so many different facets to explore about her life and her identity, that then the urge is to want to pack that all in and say all the things and incorporate all the things. And then actually what is relieving about having so many iterations of her already out there and coming is that you don't have to. And so I felt kind of safer in the ability to just focus on this one avenue of her and this one version of her in our story. So it was actually, I think, quite freeing.
Okay. I mean, what was the most powerful tool for you to kind of find what you wanted to say with her?
I think, I don't know, the feeling that I wasn't there in defense of her. And I think often with a fictional character, or when you, I don't know, when you love a character, you want to make them, empathetic and accessible to the audience. And with this character, I was kind of going for the opposite. I think her and Joseph's relationship really draws the audience in at the beginning. And then from then on, when the turn happens and she becomes increasingly cruel, I think the intention was playing her in a way that doesn't elicit any empathy. And there's something incredibly freeing about that, and also grounding. It means that you can really go to the extremes with that character or really keep pushing it. And that's, incredibly satisfying.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, you absolutely, when you pull the punches, you pull the punches in this. And that's got to be tricky too, because you're a lovely person.
Thank you. I think it was there in the script, and when you're lucky enough to have, I could see that monologue from the end of the film so clearly when I read it, because it's there in the writing. The venom is there, and the fear in her is there. So I think as the audience, you do understand fully the context from which she's speaking. And also I keep saying, I think Joseph was someone so to be celebrated and respected, and he is so our hero in the film, that I wanted to deliver something that was like its equal and opposite darkness counterpart and in opposition to it. So it was just his excellence, kindness, the empathy that you feel towards him at the end was just another driving force to keep going with the pure venom that she embodies at the end of the film.
Well, you did a fantastic job. Thank you again.
Thank you.
We got to wrap it up, but it's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Good to see you again.
Good seeing you. Bye.